is Google search dead? I think Pankaj, do you want to kick us off here?
Yeah, that's a really good question, and I keep getting this question a lot, because SEO is kind of the pillar of inbound marketing, right? So all the audiences there, I want you to focus on these two screenshots, and the number that I want you to, have most of the focus on is the number of total impressions. This is a screenshot of Google Search Console of the same brand, right? And if you look at the number, right, in March 2024, they were getting at around 250K total number of impressions in a month. And last month they did more than almost 2.4 million total impressions, right? But if you look at the number of clicks, right, it's almost 50% of increase. So if you see, the impressions grew by almost 10 times, but the number of clicks that they are getting just grew by 50%. So that this is the point that I'm trying to make here, is that right now how the things are evolving, especially in B2B space. I'm not sure whether like in B2C there's a different story. People still are coming on Google and finding their way out. But in B2B right now, people don't even have to come to your website to know about your product. Like the days of best X software in 2025, or how to set up certain thing on the days of these blogs and top of the funnel kind of articles are gone. Like for example, if earlier, say in pre-2024 era, if you had to install Google Analytics on your website, you would probably go and search, how to install Google Analytics on your website, and you will probably have Search Engine and several other websites, probably Neil Patel, HubSpot, and others, right? And you will probably go and read the entire article that starts with, what is Google Analytics, what does Google Analytics help you analyze, and probably different metrics there, and then they come to the point how you can install, and there are 3-4 methods that you can go through. Right now, you don't have to do that. All like you can go to ChatGPT, Perplexity, or any your favorite tool. You can just put the query there that, hey, I have this website, this is the domain, and maybe if you have a subdomain as well, you can like list down the inquire like entire query and ask a very specific question that, hey, I want to install Google Analytics using Google Tag Manager. How to go about that? And ChatGPT will give you exact answer of your query. So what is happening right now? The top of the funnel from SEO is kind of evaporating. If you look at any search query in B2B space, right? First of all, there is this AI overview, then there are certain FAQs related to your queries. Right now, Google has started putting some ads as well. So even if you are ranking in first page, uh, the user probably is not going to click at all. Like, it doesn't matter. Again, I would now, if you want, like, you can focus on two other numbers in this screenshot. One is average CTR, and one is the average position. See, the average position has also increased in June 2025, right, from almost 30 to 25. But the CTR, it's a drastic drop from 1.3 percentage. It has gone to 0.2 percentage. So things might not look very optimistic, Sanjay, but let me tell you, no, Google is not dead. Google is still relevant, and you have to continue creating content even for top of the funnel, because that's where you build your authority, right? I think in a couple of like previous slide, I mentioned that your positioning and messaging have to be consistent on every platform that you are creating content on. So which simply means that you still have to create top of the funnel just to build authority on that particular topic. If you are if you are a semiconductor company, right, and if you don't talk about how semiconductors are built and how they operate and everything, you are not going to have authority on that. So even for bottom of the funnel keywords, right, for example, best semiconductor company in India, right, you are not going to rank there because neither Google nor these AI search engines are going to see you as an authoritative source. So you have to create top of the funnel content, middle of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel content as well. But at the same time, you have to know that you have uh, probably lesser chances than you had previously. So every content piece that you're talking about has to be value driven. You have to deliver value to your user, and at the same time you have to answer how you can help deliver that value. If you are not answering that, you are leaving money on the table. So value driven, and how you deliver the value has to be answered at the same time, everywhere, consistently, without a miss.
I think I was just thinking of the way we were doing research, let's say 3-4 years ago, just before we started using AI, right? We'd go on Google, search through multiple links, and try to see and pull all the data together. And now it is just like a search away, and we know, okay, our research is done about at least something or the pieces that we do. In that aspect, I feel it makes a lot of sense where uh, I'm not telling Google is that search is that, but how we view it from how it was 3-4 years ago and now has definitely changed.
And that makes it more relevant what Mukhil has to say, right? The search is changing from SEO to AI.
It's just a quick point that I wanted to add, just throw out some stats, right? I think there are 5, Google released its search results volumes officially for the first time, right? Because there was a lot of noise around 3 billion prompts happening in ChatGPT per month. Google released its search volumes. It's 5 trillion searches every given year, right? So here I'm making an assumption. Let's assume that a prompt equals a search, although it's not exactly the same. So just to put it in perspective, the total quantum of volume of searches happening in ChatGPT is less than 1%. It's 0.072 of the Google search volume. So I think people use the use cases for using an AI, right, a large language model like a ChatGPT or a Gemini, are far more nuanced than the use cases for using a search engine, right? Those are reasoning engines, and this is a search engine. So for people to assume that Google as a discovery platform is dead, I think that's very premature, because as I said, the volume, the data speaks for itself. I mean, how much is 3 billion into 12, right? 36 billion prompts or searches a year on ChatGPT versus 5 trillion on Google worldwide. So the numbers speak for themselves. I think what is different though is one of the points that was made earlier, which is around the fact that click-through rates are dropping because you have the AI overviews, etc., coming up. So I think that is, so the impressions are going up. Search volume is huge, but the click-through rates are dropping. I think that is something that brands will have to grapple with. Yeah, I just thought I'll mention that. Sorry, Mukhil, please take it up, continue.
Yeah, and Mukhil, I think if you could also bring in a perspective of how you're viewing Tofu at your organization itself, right? Like that'll be helpful for the audience.
So I think on the Tofu end specifically, what we saw was the search volumes dropping definitely, at least over the last 2 to 3 months. And that's the same case for most of the companies out there who have been investing heavily on top of the funnel content. But if you ask me if Google is dead, I wouldn't say that it's dead yet, because we are still seeing traffic coming in through Google searches. And the fundamentals of SEO is still there, right? So it still applies for the AI world as well, where what is the quality of the content that you're delivering, and how is it actually helping out your prospects who are looking out for, let's say, the awareness or consideration, whatever stage they might be in. I think the quality of the content still matters irrespective of SEO or AISO. And while the top of the funnel traffic is decreasing, we are also seeing a linear growth in the LLM traffic, which means that some of the traffic that we are losing with Google, we are able to slightly recover that with LLM. And that's where, again, the whole AISO part comes in, right? So for any top of the funnel queries, even in Google search, they have the AI summarizer today. So they don't need to go in and click on links to consume information. So it's just on the summary and they can consume it more. But for very nuanced questions or very nuanced pieces, I think that's where the quality of the content that we are writing comes into place, which will both rank on Google and LLMs. So I think how I see this is, yes, we need to continue to invest in SEO and optimize things for Google search. But at the same point in time, we also need to start optimizing content for AI. And along with it, while doing all these things, we should not forget about the fundamentals of content marketing in itself, which is the quality and what we are writing for whom, and why should that be relevant? The relevancy matters a lot in these times.